You're listening to the Blue Sky Radio. Blue Sky Radio.
Beautiful blue skies.
It makes me realize that I haven't been doing rap by myself for like a very long time, you know, and I can't stress this enough, y'all. Like, y'all have to be like very protective over y'all's aura and spirit and soul and stuff, because they are vultures that come specifically for those things. I mean, even your sensuality and your sexuality or whatever, like, you know, people do take advantage of it, you know. And I think that I used to be that person to just be like hide behind my sexuality, because I am a very sexual person, and I'm not the type of person that used to be able to communicate very well. So I think I use my body to do it. And it sounds, I don't know how it may sound to y'all, because in my head it makes sense. Like, I'm not saying that I was out here smashing everything that was walking. That's not the case at all. My number is really not that high, actually. But I am a very sexual person, and I think that it's because of not being able to communicate well with my emotions and my mental, other parts of me. That's how I best communicate. And I think that is just because a lot of my power lies in my sensuality, you know, and that can easily be translated to sexuality. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily the same, but the two go hand in hand with me. And I'm very powerful essentially. And so I'm getting to a place where I don't want to take that for granted. You know, I didn't realize how powerful that actually is. And I want to protect it. I want to protect it, and I want to protect me and the rest of me. You know, I think that y'all out there should actually be doing the same, you know. And I understand fear plays a huge role in our decision making and what leads to us being happy or being hurt, which is effed up, you know, because if you are too courageous, you put yourself out there to be hurt. And if you are too afraid, you don't put yourself out there to be blessed, you know. So it's just do I go out there and try and see what happens, or do I stay in here where it's warm and cozy and I know what happens? And some of us feel as though being comfortable is being in an okay place. That doesn't necessarily mean that just because you're comfortable or at a place that you find comfort in or that you find safe, it doesn't necessarily mean that that place is good for you. You know, it's just you don't know anything different. You're accustomed to that. You know, there's people that are accustomed to toxicity, and they're okay with being in that because they have been able to manage it. They have been able to go through it and deal with it, and it really is all that they know. And it's just people get comfortable in those places because they are afraid to go out there and experience blessings and experience new things, and people that treat them right, and people that will love them for them, and people that will see them. You know, they don't even put themselves out there enough to even see themselves, because they know what they're gonna see, and they know that they're not gonna like what they're gonna see. You know what I mean? And it's you have to put yourself out there. You can't just stay still in your comfort zone, in your safe space. And that's what I used to do. When I was in this dark place, that's what I used to do. Even when I used to be upset, I used to just run to numb myself, every time, constantly, and be around those same people, because That's what made sense. That's what I was used to. That's what made it better, because it hurt less, because I didn't want to confront my shit. I didn't want to confront how ugly I felt on the inside, how pathetic I felt on the inside, how low vibrational I was, how envious I was of people that seemed so happy. Yeah, I didn't want to deal with that. And so I just used to run in on myself, because when I didn't feel, it was great. I was happy that way. But it's just like, how far is that going to take you? What happens next? You know, if you even make it. You know, because for people that suffer from depression and have been at like a place like that, to where you find coping mechanisms, which in actuality they don't work for the better. You know, it's just for the time being. By the way, any time that you like momentarily fixing yourself, you're wasting time, bro. Because tomorrow you're going to be back at where you were early yesterday. So what change have you made? You know, you literally aged 24 hours and you backtrack 24 hours. In this process, how did you grow? It seems so clearly now, but when I was in that state of mind, I didn't give a shit. It was like, I just wanna like sustain. I just want to be stable enough to see this life through. And like, even if it ends tomorrow, it's fine. That's how I used to feel. And like, baby girl, baby boy, if you're feeling that way, like, ladies and gentlemen, no, it's not okay. We were all put here for a reason, and we all were given our own powers, individual powers. You know what I'm saying? There's a place that you're supposed to get to. There's a place that I'm supposed to get to. You know what I'm saying? We all deserve to be happy. You know, we shouldn't feel the need to inflict pain on people so we'll get a company. You know what I mean? Like, so we'll get company. Excuse me. Like, because y'all know misery loves company. And then it's just like, you end up pulling people like to be in that same state of mind that you are, or people that are in the same similar state of mind that you are in, because you want to stay there and you don't want to be alone there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you're not helping yourself, and in the process you end up not helping others that might need help. It's like, really all that it takes generally is to be not in denial, to be less afraid, and to generally reflect. Just take a beat. Take a second and look at your life, okay? Look at it this way. Am I happy? Number one. If you're not, why? Am I growing? If you're not, why? What's stopping you? Are the people around me benefiting me? If not, why? And why do you still stick around them? Why are they still able, to be around you? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I love myself? And that's a deep one. Like, do you love yourself? Because if you don't, it's a lot deeper than what you think. Like, that stems from something. Why don't you like yourself? What's stopping you from believing in you? If you don't love yourself, a lot is not gonna work. Even if it's made out just for you, even if it's all like just laid out there just for you. If you don't love yourself,
you're listening to the Blue Sky Radio. Blue Sky Radio.
Beautiful blue skies.
It's not gonna work. A lot's not gonna work for you. You're gonna allow so much misery to be inflicted in your life because you don't know no other way, because you feel as though this is what you deserve, because you feel like, what is love? What is happiness? What is self-worth? You don't get that. You won't understand it because you're not taking care of yourself. You're not seeing your value. You're not seeing, like, if you don't get your value, if you don't get your powers, if you don't see all of your potential and stuff like that, like, it's not gonna work. Finally, I'm realizing and seeing my worth and my values, and boy, I'm really dope. Like, I'm pretty dope, and it's not because I'm trying to sound like conceited or anything like that, because I'm not. You know, I'm actually very humble. I just didn't know I was this dope. Like, I am. Like, I took a second to just look at myself on the inside, and I am worth a lot, and I can make anybody happy. You know, like, I'm so talented. I'm intelligent. You know, I'm multicultural. You know what I'm saying? There's so much beauty to me on the inside. I can accomplish so much. You know, and it's messed up because I take a second to like look back and I'm just like, dang, girl, you done wasted so much time. But it's fine. Like, I'm not beating myself up about it anymore because I'm like, you know, there's things that I can't change. What happens, it's happened. It is what it is. You know, I am at a place, however, that I don't want to make the same mistakes that I have been making in the past. Like, I generally don't. And so I'm at a place where I can see my worth and I can see what I deserve. And I'm still getting better at it. You know, obviously it's levels to it. It's a process. You know, I didn't rush it. And I'm not rushing it, but I'm just telling y'all how beautiful it actually feels. It feels amazing to realize that you're worth a lot. And just like, sometimes we hold on to certain things or certain people or certain situations because you see a lot of beauty in them that you couldn't see in yourself. You know? Take a second to take a look at you. See your value. You shouldn't be out here treating anybody better than you treat yourself. Because in the end, you're going to come at a loss. And you're going to have nobody to blame but yourself. Generally. You have to look at it like every time, with anything, is it worth my time? Am I gaining something fruitful? Excuse me. Fruitful out of this? You know, is it going to help me grow? Can it help me be better? And vice versa. Reciprocate. You know, don't take. Don't just take. If people can show you that they see how beautiful and amazing you are, if people can show you that they can give you and treat you as amazing and beautiful and as your worth deserves, do the same for them. You know? And if they're not the person for you, or if they're not the people for you, or if that's not the situation for you, leave it alone. Don't waste nobody's time either. You know what I'm saying? So
you're listening to the Blue Sky Radio. Blue Sky Radio.
Beautiful blue sky.
The Blue Sky Radio. We've been dreaming for this. Now we're here. You've been looking for the place to promote your small business. The Blue Sky Radio is the best place to promote your small business. The Blue Sky Radio. The Blue Sky Radio. We the best.